Okay, my previous video, I should erase it because I made it more about my biasness and my issues with the police. But if you see in the video, you see the police walk into a house. Um, a lot of you new Canadians, or a lot of non-criminal Canadians, don't understand this. You have rights, and one of them rights is to be safe and secure in your own home. Don't quote me on what section under the Charter of Rights is, but if you just Google Canadian Charter of Rights, I think it might be Section 4, Section 8. Come on, let me see. It's raining out here. But it's there. And um, you have a right not to have to let the cops in your house. They'll say everything under their. They'll say everything. They'll lie to you like a fucking rug. They'll say it's against the law and this and this and this. No, it isn't. Okay? It's your right where you don't have to talk to a cop. It's your right not to let them in your house, and it's your right when they show up at your house at 2 o'clock in the morning not to open that door and not to even acknowledge them. But as I was saying earlier, they'll get their little panties in a bunch because then you're not um, respecting their authority. You got to remember, cops are like Cartmans, all of them. Little fucking entitled fucking racist Cartmans with badges. They don't respect their authority. Or they'll throw little temper tantrums. But anyway, if you know it on the video, if your main door opens in, like you have to open it in to go out, I would change that door. But I'd actually not change the door. I'd put a screen door on. Come on. You get one of those summertime screen doors and you put it on in front of those doors that open out. And there's a reason for that, because by law, police officers cannot enter the curtilage of your home. They cannot break the barrier. It's like vampires on TV. You have to welcome them in. You have to invite them into your house. And once they come into your house, you're fucked, just like a vampire. So for all you people that ever watch movies and ever watch vampires, you think of cops not only like Cartmans, but like little vampiric Cartmans. Come on, let's go. Okay? So if you invite them in your house, you're fucked. They can't come through, and if you don't understand the curtilage or what I'm talking about, your front door will have a door frame. That door frame on the outside of it, the very outside of that door frame, is considered your curtilage, and they cannot breach that zone. So that's why I say put a screen door that opens out and then just lock the door, because they cannot open that door. By law, they cannot open that screen door to knock on your heavy door. Come on. Because that would be a breach of your curtilage. That would be a breach of your human rights, which is a lawsuit. Don't expect the cops to understand that and to know that, because they have a GED education. That's all they have. They only have like a GED education. So, the education isn't so smart nowadays, with the United Communist Party trying to make it more American educated, trying to make the people stupid. Come on. Let's go. So yeah, never let the police in your house. They're like vampiric little Cartmans. They'll tell you okay, the only time they can come in your house if they have a search warrant. And they have to produce that when they bang on your door, and when you open the door or whatever, they have to produce that search warrant. You have to legally see the search warrant and read it out. They have to legally put it in your hands so you understand what's going on. Unless you're doing something illegal and you're a violent whatever, then as long as they have the search warrant, whatever. But if you're cooperating, you open the door, you have to, it's your right to be able to see the warrant. Okay, so they have to, the only way the cops can enter your house is with a search warrant. Now, if they have an arrest warrant, this is where a lot of people will fucking fuck up. The cops will come to your door and they'll say, we have an arrest warrant for such and such, and that gives us the right to come in your house. No, it doesn't. They still need the initial search warrant. The only way they can come into your house with an arrest warrant is if they physically seen them going into that house. But even still, that's shady. They still need it fucking, But even if they have an arrest warrant, they cannot enter the premise. Period. That arrest warrant's good for when they catch you out walking the street or fucking whatnot. It doesn't give them the authority to come into your house and arrest you. People have to know that. And I've had plenty of arrest warrants over fucking 20 years of criminal history. And not one time did cops ever come into my house and arrest me because they couldn't. They could arrest me when I was outside my house, but they couldn't arrest me inside my house. Even though, Anyway, understand, like I said, the cops are undereducated. They got GEDs. They're like little Cartmans, little vampiric Cartmans. Never let them in your house. Always speak through them, through a door, through a window, through a screen door, through one of those Ring camera things on your door frame. But never, ever open your door to cops. And never, ever invite them into the threshold of your house. Now, another thing that they fucking do that people don't seem to understand is they stick their foot over your cartilage of your house so to prevent you from closing your door. You have to, when they do that, you have to immediately document that. Take a picture, take your camera out, film that. Come on. Come on. Because that in itself is a breach of human rights, which is another lawsuit. In Canada, you can hold them accountable and take them to civil courts, as I am doing as we speak right now. So, when the Nazi pigs put their foot on your threshold to prevent you from closing that door, they can't even put their foot across that boundary of your curtilage, across that door frame, to prevent you from closing a door. It's your right to close the door on their face just like anybody else. And here's another thing. You tell the cops they have to get off your property, they have to oblige by that, because once again, it comes down to human rights. Come on. Come on. So I hope some of these things will help you out if you ever have any issues with police coming to your door, or have any company that has issues with police coming to the door or anything, you do not have to talk to them. You do not have to even acknowledge them. They come, and you'll understand once you hear cop pounding. Think of somebody banging at your door, fist like, I'm a tough guy. You gotta hear me. Because usually they'll stomp their feet like little children and bang at your door like a little child. If you had a spoiled, entitled, younger kid or sibling, and you were ever in your room and you were just chilling, and that you locked the door, and that kid would come in there because they wanted to fucking be with you or whatever, they'd come in there and they stomp their feet when you told them no, and they'd bang at your door. Come on, that's cops. Remember, when you deal with them, you're dealing with somebody that hasn't progressed over high school, educationally wise, mentally wise, physically wise, nothing. They're stunted at child, and that's it. They act like children, they think like children. They form these little gangs. Anyway, we are not going to go into there. Come on. Come on. So, I would like to talk to somebody from that Battlefield Crowfoot place where that little PP is trying to get reelected. Now, do conservatives understand that little PP is a squatter? And let me get this right. He's not leader of the Conservative Party. He's lived in Ottawa his whole entire whatever. He's been a government welfare bum. Never worked a day in his life. Never did anything ever. As soft as you can be. Can't even wear a hat on, like a cowboy hat back, fucking properly. Come on, I'm getting killed here by fucking mosquitoes. Wears lifts to make himself look better, or taller, sorry. And he's a squatter. And the conservatives who badmouth everything are okay being hypocrites by letting a squatter, a low-life, welfare bum squatter, but yet they want squatters thrown in jail. They want homeless people thrown in jail. They want welfare fucking cut. They want welfare bums on the streets and whatnot. And yet their leader is a welfare bum squatting. And then here's the funny part about it. Come on. Alberta conservatives always whine about Ottawa. Ottawa. Politicians in Ottawa don't understand us. Politicians in Ottawa. Boo-hoo-hoo. And yet, they're going to elect a fucking federalist, like little PP, who is a squatter. He doesn't have a home, and yet he's coming to Battlefield Crowfoot area, and he's going to say, oh, elect me so I can not be a squatter anymore. He doesn't live there, never lived there, and he's going to have your best interest at heart? Come on, a squatter, a welfare bum squatter, a government welfare bum squatter. Come on. Fucking mosquitoes out here. Doesn't that go against everything the United Communist Party members, supporters, and the communists conservatives here in Alberta bitch and whine about people, federalists in Ottawa, and yet they're going to elect the biggest one, little PP, who doesn't have any intentions to help the people in Crowfoot Battlefield? How pathetically stupid American can you be, Battlefield Crowfoot? And for the younger kids that are living in that area, you got to sit there and fucking ask what the fuck is up with the older fucking people in there that are electing, that are gonna elect that little cocksucker, little PP, a disgrace to conservatism, disgrace to Canadians, and a disgrace to Alberta. And you're gonna sit there and back them up? Crowfoot, Battlefield, whatever. You're all going to carry that weight like all those American mega fucks down south of us are carrying the weight that they elected a retarded orange Cheeto orangutan as president. And look how that's working out for them. So I implore everybody from Battlefield, everybody with a common sense and a half a brain cell that lives in Battlefield, Crowfoot area that can elect, vote, don't vote for little PP. Just like the people should have never voted for Hitler back in 1937. Just like the people should have never voted that fucking retarded orangutan south of us.